Wow. You take a couple of weeks off and Blizzard still managed to set everything on fire while you're gone. Welcome back to my little corner of the internet. My name is Nick and today I want to talk about Blizzard, Overwatch, and some lessons that they could perhaps learn from other people. Now, it's been just under 3 weeks since my last video, and in that time, Blizzard have managed to piss people off even more than they had before. I don't understand how they managed to do this. They did release Diablo 4, which is their fastest selling game of all time, and still monetized it to shit, even though it's a full price AAA title. They still expect you to buy a battle pass and buy horrifyingly expensive skins, and they're basically doing Diablo of duty at this point, I think, because they're just becoming one and the same with Activision. But I'm not here to talk about Diablo. If you want me to talk about Diablo, let me know. I have got the game, I am playing the game, I just don't really see much point in me posting about it. It's not the sort of thing that I really post about. The thing that I do post about is Overwatch, and Overwatch is on fire at the moment, and I am not talking about the in-game system. So they finally actually gave us some idea of what we can expect from the story missions in Overwatch 2. I don't really understand why they did the Season 6 promo before Season 5 even came out. It left me kind of confused in my boomer head about what I was expecting to play the new, what do they call it? It's not Hardpoint, that's Call of Duty. Flashpoint, that's what I was thinking. Ugh, oh dear, that's a good start. I thought that that was going to be part of Season 5, so I was getting quite annoyed when I started playing after buying the Battle Pass and didn't see it, and then realised, oh wait, that's not actually part of this season. They're just advertising way ahead, because there is nothing to offer this season. I bought the Battle Pass. I'm not really sure why I bought it. There's not really anything in there that I'm interested in for any of the heroes that I play. There is a nice Kiriko skin in there that I think kind of makes her look like Anna, but there we go. I guess that'll be my justification for getting the Battle Pass, but I don't really understand why they have started promoting Season 6. I think they wanted to build up a little bit of hype about this new support hero that we just saw a very brief image of in the trailer, and the new mode and the PvE stuff. Now, the PvE stuff does actually look good. I am quite looking forward to playing it, to be honest. I don't think it will hold my attention for very long, but I am looking forward to it. But I would rather they do their usual thing of advertising it a couple of weeks before it comes out, rather than me now having to sit here and go through all of June and all of July and the start of August before I actually get to touch it, by which time I may well have completely given up on Overwatch at the rate that I'm going. I feel like they still haven't addressed some fundamental things in this game, like the matchmaking, and they're just more focused on trying to keep people's attention and keep people's money coming in. And that is the main point, is these PvE missions are going to be, I know it's $15, so I don't know if that will equate to about £13 or something like that for me, but they're charging for 3 missions. Are you mad? That is ridiculous. In my previous video, I had said that I wondered if the missions would be tied to the Battle Pass or something like that, and I feel like that would have been better, because then you would be getting much more value. At this rate, depending on how many missions they release, this could end up costing way more than even something like Diablo 4, which is a whole ass game. I paid 60 quid for it. You could end up paying anything up to like 150, depending on what they release. They need to release a lot, because they've kept everyone waiting for 4 years and then kind of just buried it. What are they playing at? I don't understand. We'll have to wait and see. The stuff for Season 6 looks good, but until then, I think I'm going to struggle a little bit with how much I'm going to care about Overwatch. There's a lot of very good games kind of rearing their heads at the moment. Diablo obviously is one, and moving on to my kind of point for this video, this week is the second playtest for the finals. Now, if you don't know what the finals is, it is basically, it's kind of like a hero shooter. It's made by a bunch of ex-Battlefield developers, and you can kind of see that DNA in this game, but it does have the kind of tank DPS support twist. It's teams of 3 instead of 5. There's multiple teams on the map. There is an objective. You go capture the objective. You bring it to a point, and then you have to guard it while it kind of... I'm going to use the term extracts, but that's not really the right term. But you have to guard it for a couple of minutes from the other teams, and it can be stolen, and the timer doesn't reset on it. So someone could get right in at the end and switch it over, and they will get the points or the cash, as it were, for all your hard work. So I think it's very innovative, in my opinion. It's also, and I think this is possibly the most innovative thing in the game, especially compared to Overwatch, it has tournaments and ranked tournaments as well. Now, I have played some tournaments. I do find at the moment that I'm assuming this is because it is a playtest, that the matchmaking, it's not that it's bad, it's that it's not filling matches. I've had games where I've been on my own on a team, or I've only had one teammate rather than 2. Played in tournaments where they do a little thing at the start of the game where it shows who's on each team, and there's teams with no people on them. So I do think they need to work on that. I'm sure that that will get ironed out on release. I don't know when release is going to be. I hope it'll be soon, but I reckon it may be towards the end of the year, to be completely honest. But the game just feels fresh. It's got a great kind of vibe to it and like style to it. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Hyperscape in terms of the way it looks, and I was a big fan of that. The game, since the last playtest, I feel actually is a lot more accessible. It feels to me like they've lowered the time to kill a little bit, which is good. The light class is much less oppressive than it was in the first playtest. I actually gave up on the first one because I was constantly getting killed by invisible enemies, and I feel like they've nerfed that invisibility a little bit and they've balanced it a lot more. So I've been playing mostly as the medium class, which is the support class, and I have been having a lot of fun. So we're in these tournaments. You start off in tournaments and there's 2 matches. Each has 4 teams in it, and the top 2 teams from each match will progress to the next level, where they will then all fight it out, and then the top 2 teams from that match will basically have a face-off to see who wins the tournament. Normally lasts for about half an hour. I found it very entertaining. It's just really good fun and keeps you invested. I think once the game is released and there's more maps available for it, that will be really interesting, and having a ranked mode for it. I haven't played much of the ranked because, to be honest, I just didn't do very well. I feel like it's something I would need to kind of have a couple of friends with so that we can really coordinate in it. Maybe one day, with a bit of luck, you know, if the game does well on release, then that should be good. But it's just fresh. I like the announcers in it and the graphics and the destruction mode. It's got kind of like the Battlefield 3 form of destruction in it. So if you need to get into a building but they're holding all the doorways, just blow a hole in the wall with some C4 or an RPG and go in that way. There's loads of different ways to play the game. It's got tons of variety. It's got tons of character. Just a great game. Like, feels so fresh compared to the same old toxic, sweaty Overwatch at the moment. I think we're going to have to wait and see. I don't think this playtest is going to go on for very long. I probably will have to go back to Overwatch afterwards. I'll obviously be playing Diablo 4 as well, but I think the finals is definitely something to keep an eye on in the future. I hope there's a release date soon, because I will be playing that game a lot when it comes out. It's going to be free to play as well, so there's no reason not to play it, in my opinion. But other than that, I think I will leave it there. If you've got any opinions on this subject, like any ideas for how they can kind of freshen up Overwatch, or if you've played the finals, give me some of your thoughts about it. If you did enjoy today's video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing for more of these. I do enjoy making them. I know it's been a while, but I'll try and get back into it. It was my birthday, so I took a bit of time off because I'm lazy and I'm a boomer, but I will continue from now on. So other than that, take care, and I will see you on the flip-flop. Peace.
Each man knows his responsibility.